Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for July 2026, and as always it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Let's welcome in the archangels, ascended masters, light beings from other collectives, any other spirit guides you may have, any animal, ancestral or dragon guides, as well as our higher selves, of course, Scorpio. Okay. Knight of Cups, been making an appearance today, and the other readings as well. I think just recently, Scorpio, you've been working hard at something, and I think you're really persevering here through this, and I think you're doing this in the interests of self-love. Or the other way we could read that is that there's someone that you care about, okay, that I guess you're spending a lot of time with them. And maybe you've been through some, some challenging things together. But it's like there could be slightly challenging aspects to that connection, but you are more than willing to see that through, okay? This is a Knight of Wands, is an energy of staying power, of, seeing something through to the end. And it could be something that maybe you feel like there's a love connection or a friendship that maybe you feel is coming to an end. Maybe you've kind of just realised that recently. Or it's that, like we said, you are really putting in the hard yards to look after yourself here. Whichever of those resonates for you. Scorpio. And, wow, this is interesting. It's looking like it's the other one. In terms of, you're putting in the hard yards to really stick with this and to really assist and to be with this person. We have the Lovers and the Hierophant. Wow. This is like love and commitment here. This is the energy you're feeling into this love and compassion for this other person. And I think you've already, in your heart, you have made a commitment to them. And maybe you're also looking at this whole idea of what love means for you, and maybe you're looking at it through a traditional lens as well. That could be another way to look at this. So there's something that you're looking at there with regard to the energy of commitment and what love means to you. And if we're interpreting that in a personal way, it's that you are making a personal commitment to your higher self. And that in so doing that, you are really acknowledging your, I guess, the fact that you are an intermediary between spirit and matter. The fact that you are a physical body and a spiritual being, okay? That could be an energy that you're feeling into at the moment as well. So it could be that you're coming to terms with your, the depth of your spiritual wisdom, Scorpio. Underlying theme, we have Three of Pentacles and Four of Cups. So this is something about something collaborative that you've been doing that you're kind of having doubts about, or, there's aspects to it that you're kind of, that are less inspiring than they have been, I suppose we could put it that way. So you're not feeling, there's something about it could be a work situation, something that's not really inspiring you at the moment, or something in life, but there's some people that you're working with here. Or the other way we can interpret this is that maybe you've been doing things on your own, Scorpio, and that this is about that shift into working in a collaborative way and doing something that truly inspires you and that you can work really well with others in doing a task, a job, a project, okay? Yeah. And it could be that, you know, to do with this connection or this aspect of yourself, that you're going to be bringing in a different energy, a new energy, a third party energy. So maybe it's this idea of your galactic self. And yeah, here we have it. This is your galactic connections here. So, yeah, you know, we can have like the observer self and the ego, or the everyday personality, and the wise self. But there's also this now extra ingredient coming in here of your galactic connections, really expanding into a greater awareness of your self, of your uniqueness. And this, maybe you're going to be learning more about that. Okay, Five of Wands. Learning more about this, what your soul calling is from a galactic perspective. Let's have a look at your outcome. This is a very spiritual reading. I think it is a higher level of self-love that you're directing towards yourself at the moment. Very creative and spiritual as well, with that fire and earth there together. Outcome, Seven of Swords and Six of Pentacles. So there's an aspect of balancing something out here, and I think it's with regard to your mental energy, so the mind energy that you've been using here, Scorpio. We have the Seven of Swords, and we have, you know, 5 horizontal here and 2 upright. So this is sort of that saying that, you know, whilst you're going to be active, the upright swords, there's also this element of activating this calm mental state that I think is going to be helpful for you as you move into the Six of Pentacles, a balanced exchange of your energy and time. And I think this is kind of what's, you know, as you move more into that calm mental energy, I feel like you're going to be able to tune into your heart, to your higher self, to your higher frequency galactic beings that are resonant with you, that are supporting you, that, you know, places that you've incarnated from. I feel like you're going to be tuning into that. Temperance and the Three of Swords. Yeah. And I mean, you may not be aware of it, but you're going through a healing process here, and you're going to be, Scorpio, and you're going to be alchemizing, bringing together possibly your experience of 2 different worlds, of this earthly world and of this higher frequency way of being, the new expanded consciousness, and what your role is going to be in that. Very much echoed in the Hierophant and the Star here, like, you know, very grounded but very connected as well. And, you know, this is healing. It's healing, 3 of Swords. So you may be you may remember some past life stuff, maybe come up for healing with regard to past lives galactically and past lives on Earth. And yeah, Temperance, you know, activating some discipline, some moderation as well, and blending things in a new way, being creative as you do, Scorpio. There's something you're persevering through at the moment, or it could just be a determination to really align with your self-care, your self-honouring here. Nine of Wands, 8 of Wands, and King of Pentacles. 8 of Wands is movement, change, and activation, fire aspect as well. So transmuting things, bringing things together, transmuting them, shifting your focus to either just being in third dimension or just being in fifth dimension. I think you're going to be bringing things together. There's this temperance energy of alchemizing. 9 of Wands as well. So this is that ability that you have to really persevere, to use your determination twice in your reading. So maybe something is kind of, you could be in the finishing stages of something. It doesn't necessarily have to be finishing stages of a relationship. It could be finishing stages of an old way of being that you're moving out of. It could be finishing up with a job or a project. Okay, there's something here that the Spirit's saying for you to hold on for a bit longer. Okay, persevere through. Because here we have the beautiful King of Pentacles. This is the abundance that's coming. Okay, that you are, I think that you sense or you can feel that it's almost there. You're almost there. You know, it could be a matter of a few months or something like that. And yeah, let's look at the bottoms of the decks. 5 of Cups. So yeah, there could be something that you are letting go of. Okay, something you're letting go of. But like we said, sometimes when you finish up with something, it starts with something new. So you kind of go through a letting go process of whatever it is that you finished. Okay. And here we have the 7 of Swords again. So also activating your kind of stealth mode. So doing things on the quiet a little bit. And I don't mean in a sneaky, underhanded way. I just mean that if you're going through some processes or organising things, it might be that you're keeping it close to your chest for a time being until such time as you are ready to maybe, you know, speak to others about it or take any action that you need to take. But this is the, you know, that mental work, the analysis, the reflection that goes on during the process of change. You know, sometimes it can be in preparation for change, whatever that is for you at the moment. Wow, Scorpio, Wheel of Fortune. So I really like how we have all the colours here. You know, doing some chakra work. You know, the wheel is often symbolic of chakras as well. And I'm thinking maybe, you know, like some heart chakra work here. Aligning with your heart, what you are wishing for yourself. And also, if you do take some time out to do some meditation, really tune into your higher self and the galactic beings that you feel resonant with, to definitely do that, you know, because there's something possibly about that experience that you are going to be integrating as well. And of course, Wheel of Fortune always talks about a new cycle. So there could be a new cycle or a new vibe that you're moving into soon. And the Tower. So this just came up for reading previous as well. So there's something about how you've been doing things or how you've been in a relationship or how you've been relating to yourself, okay, that's going to be dissolving or letting go of or kind of going through an upgrade, okay? And yeah, this is what the Tower can be talking about. It seems like it's destruction, but it's always, you know, followed by rebuilding or reconstruction. It's a little bit like the Death card, you know, like death, rebirth, Tower breaking down and the rebuilding process that's going to happen as a result. But that's different ways to describe the process of change, which is definitely in your reading here. You've got a 5, you've got 2 7s. And Temperance is a really handy energy to have going through a process of change because it's that balancing, the alchemizing, doing things differently, being creative, being adaptable, you know, but also being spiritual and grounded, okay? These energies here, I mean, this is, you know, it could be about you coming into a beautiful appreciation and love of your spiritual self here as well, Scorpio, okay? And really moving into that energy more so than you have in the past, possibly. So there we have it. I think we might wrap it up there. This is a spell. Sorry, I've just been drawn to this card. Spells. So this is like this whole energy of like magical or working with energy. And it could be just spirit saying for you to pay close attention to your energy levels, to the energies that you're surrounded by, and how you shift your own energetic frequency, what you are doing with regard to that. Okay. And what works. All right. So there we have it. We will wrap it up there. Hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.